God's Knights. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about 9 members from the world government that are the God's Knights. It's been revealed in chapter 1083 that the world government has on their side 9 elite fighters that are kept reserved and that will pose the Revolutionary Army the toughest challenge to face off against the world government. And we've only seen silhouettes of the guys. We don't even know who they look like, how they look like, and how there are 9 members. We don't know what their powers are, but it's fun to speculate. New chapter, new information, always fun to talk about. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Where does it all begin? There's been a popular theory amongst fans nowadays, especially with the Seraphim release and whatever the plan they had, the world government had with retaking the Seraphims in their control. And a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people speculated that the Seraphim would be the ones protecting Im, or rather would be his or her guardian angel, or guardian or whatever, like protectors, and they will fight off against the Straw Hats. This changes everything now. We've got new enemies, we've got 9 new characters this late in the story. I would like to say we were almost near the end of the story. We're getting 9 new characters that we've never seen before, who are as strong, if not as strong, as Yonkos. Maybe Yonko commanders. See, there's a vast amount of difference between Yonko commanders and Yonko. I'm not really sure where you put them, but they'll be as strong, if not as stronger, if not as strong as the Straw Hats. Now, the whole debate of who will be the final villain, Blackbeard or Im, is still up for debate. I'm still contemplating on making a video on that, because evidence suggests it's gonna be Im, but I want it to be Blackbeard, but that's for a later video. Again, I'm teasing you guys with video ideas. Just have a little bit of patience. Just trust me, guys. I'll get there. But with that aside, we could get back into God's Knights. Well, we know the Revolutionary is gonna fight off against them, and if Im-sama is really going to be the final opponent for Luffy and the Straw Hats, in order to achieve what Luffy's true dream is, they'll have to face off against the God's Knights. Now, anyways, these are 9 elites that are the strongest that the world government has. Not the Cypher Pole agents. The Cypher Pole agents, from what we've seen, are not as strong. They're probably strong, strong as Yonko commanders, but they're not strong as Yonko, which these 9 have proven to be, or rather said to be. They're pretty strong. Stronger than your average Yonko commanders. I would say somewhere in between Yonkos and Yonko commanders. I don't know how power scaling, at this point, I'm really confused about the power scaling. I did say in my last video that I want to make a power scaling video, and it's true, I really want to do that. I'll be doing that very soon, very, very, very soon. Keep an eye out for that. But these guys are strong, and if these guys are almost as strong as Yonkos, not equal to Kaido, Big Mom in strength, but somewhere close to that, I feel as though it's sort of a must that they've got good hockey skills. Not even every one of the Straw Hats is hockey, weak in their hockey. So I'd like to suspect that they've got good hockey. Some of them might even have devil fruits. Look at admirals. Admirals that are the top dogs of the Marines are given special fruits after they achieve the position of Admiral, unless you're Garp, who never took the position of Admiral, is as strong as an Admiral, and, well, has never taken a fruit. So, with the Admirals taking some insane devil fruits, I'd like to suggest that the world government would prepare, their elites to be equipped with, strong, very, very strong devil fruits. We have insane devil fruit ideas that we have no idea about. So keep an eye out for that one. Keep speculating. I'm not gonna say that they have devil fruits. In fact, it's likely possible that they don't have any devil fruits and they're as strong with just their haki, sort of like Shanks' crew. And speaking of Shanks, one of the silhouettes we've seen is very, very, very familiar to Shanks. And people started telling me, or telling the community, how Vegapunk has been working on clones for the last 30 years. It's nothing new. The Seraphims are the recent product, but he's been working on cloning for a very, very long time. Look at Buckingham Stussy. So it's speculated that once he entered the world government, or joined the world government, and the world government definitely made him create clones. I mean, that's a given, because experiments. But then again, the Seraphims, from what we know, are the most up-to-date clones, or rather the strongest clones Vegapunk has ever created. Which means if these like 9 whoever God's Knights they are, if they're clones, they're probably not as strong as the Seraphim. And I have a hard time believing that. I have a hard time believing that these are clones that are stronger than Seraphim that's been created. Or else I don't see the hype in Seraphim at this point. Why not replace the world government? Why not replace the warlords with the 9 holy knights? Or 9 God's Knights or whatever. Very peculiar name, honestly. But very flashy, in fact. But enough of that. I like another theory. I don't want to get too much into this, because everyone's gonna start making a Shanks video saying that Shanks has very different motives, how sometimes he's doing this, sometimes he's doing that, and how some of his actions are very mysterious. And especially with this clone thing, now that we have the clone thing on our hands, people started saying that, you know, if the one of the 9 God's Knights is actually a clone of Shanks, was that the clone that entered Marijoa and talked with the Gorosei? I find that very hard to believe. Like, what that doesn't add up to me, because if it's a God's Knight we're talking about, who are directly in charge of the world government, or the top dogs of the world government, why would they need an audience with them? Like, with this much of, like, you know, them saying that I'm only allowing this because it's you. Because that's very weird. An audience with the God's Knights member and the world government, I don't really see why, you know, it needs to be special, or why the Gorosei would make such remarks. But yeah, Shanks' twin theory sort of does work. Remember, Shanks, as stated in Film Red, it is canon that he is supposedly a member of the Figureland family, which I believe is a very noble family, and amongst the Celestial Dragons, it's entirely possible that we get Shanks' brother who actually stayed up in the Holy Land, who is actually connected to him, and, you know, they have separate paths, and they will at some point, collide. And that's very interesting to think about. But with that being said, these 9 people are going to be very, very, very strong. Stronger than what the Straw Hats have faced ever before. And if they're indeed going to be the final villain of the story, they're going to have to be stronger than whatever Blackbeard has. Because, guys, Blackbeard has some insane members in his crew. Speaking of, Hashino's prediction video coming very soon as well. I'm throwing out video ideas to you guys just so you guys expect it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like, what do you think of the God's Knights? You know, introducing 9 new characters this late in the story, and then preparing us for a final war against them with the Straw Hats. It's very intriguing. And what kind of power do they have? They have more interesting, insane powers than what we've already seen before. Like, do they have really, really advanced levels of hockey? How much does the Straw Hats have to get trained up to go up against them? And it perfectly adds up, by the way. 11 Straw Hats. If Luffy fights against 10 Straw Hats. If Luffy fights against him, the rest of them takes the 9 God Knights, and, well, there you have it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.